I'm gonna introduce our opener, Kevin here. So I'm gonna try and pronounce this right. Gat na no, I didn't pronounce it right. Gat na so. Here we are. Kevin is from Ganawaki, Mohawk territory in Quebec. For 30 years has been involved in Mohawk language retention and revitalization at the Mohawk Immersion School Mohawk Trail Longhouse, which involves sacred songs, dances, speeches, and rituals. In 1990, he was involved in the Oka crisis using the power of peace to resolve that conflict. In 1993, he assisted in the establishment of the new Mohawk community, I can't pronounce that, in New York. June 16, 2023, at the Eagle, Quetzal, and Condor Summit. He was appointed spokesperson to share Indigenous knowledge for North America. We are honored to have him open this event.
So welcome, everyone. As I'm seemingly good mind, good health, good spirit. But before I go any further, I'm just going to say a few words in my own language. Easy to the James Adet, Junior one is Rade. A way to say you got to hope you got to chat the Jodoctor. Water no other animal garden you. A way to say go not net to need the radio, Dajin Yoni, the Nukonek Kari Wanota. Chapman is a rage, one to the other one in Rado. And you say good to need the way. No, as what to the Nene degune karana sua. Onigi the gatkawe dokara ni wanige na hoda da wana dupa negunu da dutsura. So as a Mohawk person from my community and also taking on the persona of kind of like a spiritual leader. Whenever we get together, the people of the Longhouse, we always do these words. We call it the Thanksgiving address. And the reason why we do that, it's simple. It explains to us where we originate from, on the other side of the sky. And then we come down to this lower world, and we're only here for a short period of time. And while we're here, we're resting on the back of this snapping turtle. And it also represents Mother Earth. Because in our creation story, we have a creator, and we call him Daruyawagu. And that means the holder of the sky. But he has a mother. And you know who his mother is? The same mother that we have, Mother Earth. So every day when you open your eyes and you look around to the natural world, that's all of the Great Spirit talking to us every day, reminding us that this woman, this Earth Mother, is our collective mother. And from the beginning of time to now, she gives us this pure, unconditional love without fail. And the only thing she asks of us, the two-legged in return, is every day to have an attitude of gratitude. You know, I hear some people before they eat, they say grace. That's great. But you know what? We take it one step further. We start at midwinter and we humble ourselves to our elder brother's son. And we say, hey brother, never give up on it. Keep on shining your power and your strength so that we can live. When you see our Grandma Moon shining her face full, we say to her, Grandma, hey Grandma, never give up on us because you determine when we hold ceremony. You determine when we plant. You determine the time of month of women. You determine when children come in this world. So hey Grandma, never give up on us. Right now it's starting to sprinkle rain a little bit. Our grandfather, the Thunder Beans, came last weekend in our longhouse. We did Thunder Dance. And we acknowledged them and we said, hey, grandfathers, when those women are going to sing those songs and plant and put their love and their power in those seeds, that over the summer, that you will bring the rain and those crops will grow, because when harvest times come, our stomachs will be full again, and we'll be able to sing and rejoice that we're so happy to have this precious life. So in this Thanksgiving address, we acknowledge all of that. Earth Mother, the waters, the fish, the medicines, the deer, the moose, the caribou, the corn, the beans, the squash, the birds, and the trees, and then that upper world. And the reason why we do that, it's simple, because it helps us to know that there is no such thing as death. We originate on the other side of the sky, we're here for a short time, and we're going back home, and that's forever. And the only reason why we're here is we're supposed to be in relationship with ourselves, that we honor and respect this sacred clay, respect and honor with each other, that we have peace, that we have love, that we have friendship, and that we honor this Mother Earth, that she'll continue to sustain us in conjunction with all those other things. So anyways, these are the things that we do, the people of the Longhouse, so that we understand our roles, duties, and responsibilities. I'm just going to end with one final thing. This wampum boat that I carry is all about relationship. When the Europeans got here, we knew that they wanted access to this lands. Well, we asked them, we said, what else do we need to know about you? Oh, they said, we're coming with God and His Son Jesus. We said, tell us that story. And when they got done, our ancestors said, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to smoke the peace pipe. You're going to bring your God, Jesus, and we call it the Great Spirit, Dariwagu, and we're going to travel this river of life together. But our ancestors didn't know about the papal bulls and the doctrine of discovery that told the early explorers, when you come to this new world, if they're not the same system as you, then they don't really matter. The Europeans could set themselves up in this place of superiority. Superiority over Indians, superiority over the Mother Earth. But you know what? We are now in the time of global warming and climate change. And all of us have to understand that we all have to begin to start to see different. We all have to begin to start to hear different. We all have to begin to start to speak different. And we better start doing different, because if we think we're going to maintain the status quo, our Mother will tell us in the end how strong and how powerful we think we are when those tornadoes start to increase, when the rain start to increase, when all of these things start to affect us. And now we're going to find out just how strong we think we really are. And then what's happening now with why are our women going missing, being murdered? Because there are so many misguided men in the world today that when they look around, they can't see that they themselves are sacred, that all women are sacred, that every human being is sacred, and that the only reason why we're here is to love one another, to be good to each other, to sing and dance and to love this life. Because as that sure as that elder brother rises and sets, that's a reflection of our life, and we're all setting one day. But then that next day, that sun comes up, and we're all resurrecting up, not in flesh, but in spirit. And when you understand that, it's going to change your relationship with this walking clay, with each other, with our relationship to the earth, and the ancestor realm, because we're all going to be one in less than 100 years. So with that, I bid you all the best in love, happiness, peace, and health. I know we're here to gather about a sad thing that has happened, and there's other people that will address that. Nyanko, merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Kevin. Next, I'm going to invite Gabriel to the stage. Ellen is a longtime activist, author, and documentarian from Kanesatake and was chosen by the people of the Longhouse and her community of Kanesatake to be their spokesperson during the Oka crisis. She fights for the protection of our environment and for human rights, and we are very grateful to have her speak today.
Nhau zikon de zawa kata wat kanisa on na hota I boa tarde de ganoros nhau cabin zio sakasawa na hota in gori hota ki so nisarate. I greet and I thank you all for coming here today. This is an issue that has been going on for centuries. And I want to talk to you today about self-determination, because this is the reason why Indigenous women are the most vulnerable group in Canada, with the highest rates of violence, the highest rates of murdered and missing. And it's about the land. They used religion and education with the goal of stealing our land, with disconnecting us from our land. And you heard Kevin talk about a language that is ancient. We don't know when it was started, but it has survived colonization just like our traditional governments have survived colonization. Canada has been enacting different bills without the free, prior, and informed consent of Indigenous people. And it's this development, this kind of extraction from our lands without our free, prior, and informed consent, the building of man camps around Indigenous communities that threatens the safety and well-being of Indigenous women and girls. And we have been dehumanized so much to the point that it has become normal. That when you hear about an Indigenous person going dead or missing, murdered, you expect that it's like, oh, it's their fate anyways, but it's not. We are trying to change that with these kinds of vigils for our sisters and the girls who go missing and murdered. In the Indian residential school, both boys and girls were raped by the caretakers in those Indian residential schools. And they carry with it that shame and that trauma. And so a lot of our people are self-medicating because they're not able to deal with the horrors that they experienced at the hands of people who were supposed to be their caretakers. And this started centuries ago. And it has continued to the point where the government just throws a few bones, a few pennies for prevention programs. They throw money at the police, thinking that they will protect us, but they won't. There have been many studies that have shown the indifference of police in dealing with the violence against Indigenous women. Yes, it is a shame, because there are millions, if not billions of dollars that are being spent on police security to stifle and oppress Indigenous people. Indigenous land defenders have been used by the courts as a weapon against our people, to say that we are the ones who are wrong for standing up for our right to self-determination to protect our lands. Canada's legal system, and indeed all the provincial and territorial systems, work against the rights of self-determination of Indigenous peoples. Indigenous women and girls are not on the priority of Mr. Carney or any province or territory. We are the statistics that they use to go to the international community to claim that they are doing something about a systemic racism that they created and continue to foster and nurture. They are hypocrites at the international level, because while they throw money at organizations for prevention, it is not us. This is not solely about conjugal violence. This is about racist violence against Indigenous women and girls that has been going on for far too long and has had an apathetic addressing of what to do to control and to create solutions to these problems. Well, where is the education for your children and youth about violence? That violence is not a normal part of Indigenous culture. That violence was brought to us and was told that that's what we should do to each other, when it goes against every single traditional teaching that our ancestors fought so hard to protect and give us. They fought to protect our languages. They were punished, having needles put in their tongues, their hands held over a hot stove if they spoke their language. This is the Canada that I know. And so I want you to take your rage and do it into something. Contact your MPs to change the curriculum that is in your schools. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission talked about from judges, lawyers, social workers, teachers, and the ordinary person to learn about the genocidal history of Canada so we can address this issue. You keep stealing our land. This is Kanien'kehá:ka territory. There is nothing here that says this is Indigenous lands except for us, the people. So I want to end with a poem from the late John Trudell, who was a member of the American Indian movement and who lost all his family, his wife and his daughters, because of the goons from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the tribal office that worked for the American government. And he is one of those poets that I think has so much to say and is so deep. And he writes this for the women of our nation. She has a young face, an old face. She carries herself well. In all ages, she survives all that man has done. In some tribes, she is free. In some religions, she is undermanned. In some societies, she is worth what she consumes. In some nations, she is a delicate strength. In some states, she is told she is weak. In some classes, she is property owned. In all instances, she is sister to earth. In all conditions, she is the bringer. In all life, she's our necessity. See the woman eyes, flowers swaying on scattered hills, sun dancing, calling in the bees. See the woman heart, lavender butterflies fronting blue sky, misty rain falling on soft wild roses. See the woman beauty, lightning streaking dark summer nights. Sorry. I need more hands here. So these are the last two stanzas. Forests of pines mating with new winter snow. See the woman's spirit, daily serving courage with laughter, her breath a dream and a prayer. No more stolen sisters, no more stolen sisters sitting under the rubble for oligarchs to get rich, for the greed of the rich. This is why we are in this spot. To all our sisters, Indigenous and non-Indigenous sisters, we are with you, we support you, and we will go till our dying breath to make sure that there are no more stolen sisters anywhere on this beautiful Mother Earth. Nyamkoa Tonigawanage.